Welcome back. We are taking you guys through our exciting new country estate we purchased here in the Netherlands. It's not currently a horse property, but that is the goal. So we wanted to show you guys now where the horses are going to hopefully be going, the lay of the land, and the kind of like architecture around here, the landscaping, everything. So where we're standing right now, there used to be two other existing barn to the one that is still standing.
But what I really love about it, you will see it in a second, is that they kept some of the walls.
Yes, they did.
So it's a very nice feature.
Yeah. So these were the original pathways that were inside the barn, and the barns would have finished. I'll just walk out to where it was. The barns would have finished roughly about here. The old owners decided to keep some of the walls of the old barn and some other features, like this is the old potato cellar. It still has the steps, which are very small, but it still has the steps to go through. So it's quite nice that there is still quite a lot of history, even in the garden, not just in the house. Why is it funny?
I just like looking down and seeing like this. And I hope in the future here, it will be really nice to have like pool spa kind of thing. So because there's already a hole, so we can just put it in the hole, look at the field, and
there's a really beautiful view over the two trees out on the land. So I think when you're sitting down here and looking, I think it would be really
not the squatting.
Not the squatting. Yeah. We can leave like the gardens of the house and go through the entrance and go to the main gate of the big barn, and then we can open that up, take you guys inside, and give you a look around. So this is the main entrance to the barn, which, as we described in Dutch, is actually called the dale, because that's what a barn is called when it's connected to the house.
I love the brick color.
Yeah, this is all original. You can see right at the top here, it has the date where it was constructed, 1858.
To be honest, I didn't even know it was on there.
We've actually done quite a bit to this area already. There was a tree here and stuff, but we've made some videos which will be coming out about that. But I'm gonna go in. There is this small door. I'm just gonna go in.
Griddle.
Yeah, literally. As you can see, people were much shorter. Hold on, did I just lock it, or what happened? It's actually quite a process to open these doors as well.
So let's see what's going to happen now.
That's the first one. Opened. It's 4 meters tall, this door, so...
4?
Yeah. That's the door open. Welcome inside our stable. The barn, let me call it the Dutch way, the dale. It's about 30 meters by 17 meters wide. It's 10 meters tall. It's pretty much all original except for this side, because this was reconstructed when the two barns were removed. I wanted to open up about something that has single-handedly been the best investment I've made within myself, and that was therapy. It might come as a surprise, or for some of you who are in therapy and know the benefits, you will know it's absolutely no surprise that so many people do see a therapist on a regular basis. If I look towards my family members, my friends, people in my inner circle, most of them do go to therapy. And if you speak to anyone who's on that journey or has been on that journey, they will tell you that it's the best investment you can make for yourself. I know that for me, there was a lot of stress I was dealing with, a lot of anxieties. I wanted clarity on certain things. I've now been in therapy for about 4 years, and it has been completely life-altering. I couldn't recommend it enough to anyone. Thank you so much to BetterHelp for being today's paid partner. BetterHelp connects you to a therapist who is trained to listen and give you helpful and unbiased advice. Starting is super simple. Just head to this site and answer a few questions. After this, BetterHelp will match you to the best suited therapist for your needs and struggles. Usually you'll be matched to a therapist within 48 hours. One of the great advantages also of BetterHelp is that you can do it pretty much from anywhere. How you choose to have your sessions is completely up to you. This can be via phone call, video chat, or messaging. If you've been hesitant about looking for a therapist, then I couldn't recommend BetterHelp more. This could be the day that you start your journey onto a better future, onto a deeper understanding of yourself and a deeper understanding of your emotions and how to manage them. If this sounds interesting to you, then head to www.betterhelp.com/MattHarnacke. In doing so, you guys will receive 10% off of your first month. I want to encourage everybody out there again, things do get better, things will get better, and with BetterHelp, you are going to be one step further. We really like that there's still the old feeders or mangers.
And what I really love about this is we first had really different ideas on what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
But just because of this place and how this is just right for the location,
yeah,
we really like to keep this whole feel and look from the whole stable.
We want to really embrace the character and the old features. We want to keep all of this, but we want to obviously try and make it a livable space for our horses.
So this is where they had the original kind of oats, kind of food for the horses in there. And then the horses were standing there, so it was very easy to go like this.
Yeah, like the hard feed.
Yeah, and put it in there. So a lot of history. So they have the old stables here, the old tech room, and all the gear that is in there is actually right from after the Second World War.
Yeah, these were the old standing stalls. So the horse would be tied up in these small partitions and sections whenever they weren't being worked. And obviously the horses that were here were farm horses. They were used for plowing, working the land, all that kind of stuff. But if we come through a little bit more through here, you'll be able to see everything that remains and stays from these standing stalls. So it would just be horse, 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 horse. Little room here to clean. You can see that here it's sloping down also for the urine and everything. And there's even some original wheelbarrows that still have a wooden wheel. So it's quite neat that it has a lot of these features still. And yes, so maybe you can go through to the tack room and show them that through there.
All the gear that is in here is super old. And I think it will be nice to, at least that's our goal, to keep the whole vibe, to keep the whole history. We just make it a little bit more durable for us for everyday use, of course. And then when you look around, you see a lot of old stone, old bricks, old tiles and everything, and it's all from the old barn, so it's all original and stuff. So where we can reuse it, we definitely will reuse it, and otherwise we might save it somewhere.
And even though that was the original tack room, I don't think that's where we will have the tack room.
We have a little museum there.
Museum tack room. I think this will serve as a lot of storage back through here.
We don't want to touch it.
Yeah, exactly. We want to preserve it.
And actually, can we talk about the roof? Because it has a lot of holes as well, but if you look on top into the roof, you see the tiles and it looks almost like there's brooms in it.
Yeah.
That's really how they used to do it before, to fill the holes and isolate maybe, I don't know.
It's like what they use on a thatch roof, and it's just bundled. And they've used it as a sort of isolation, but as you can see, there's gonna have to be quite a lot of work done to make sure that it's watertight. One small thing as well, there is an owl box in here because there's a church owl that lives in here. So we will be keeping him there because it's also his home. But yeah, if we're moving through here, the space that for us makes the most sense is to make a stable between each of the beams here. I think that's going to be what is going to work best for the space. There's a really big breezeway here in the middle. So what I'm thinking to do is actually have the stables come out a little bit. So there's two sides and then the front to give more room, and there will be actually quite roomy stables for the
because
horses.
I think it will be 5. No, how many meters?
And this is about 4. It'll be about 4.2 by 4.5.
So spacious. And then the floor, you might not see it. It's like lime. It's like a sandy kind of thing. It looks like concrete, but it's not.
Yeah, it looks like concrete, but it's just really compacted sand.
Yeah.
Through here is the original stables that were more let's call them slightly more modern day stables. We're using them currently now as a bit of a tool shed in here. There's some original tools as well. But these were also standing stalls. There was a divider through here, and there was one horse standing on the left, one horse standing on the right. And I think this place we will divide again, but we will make it for Bear and for Macho, so the mini pony and the Shetland pony, with 2 appropriate doors so they can also look out.
But it's still early stages. Things might change or whatever.
Yeah. Then there's this little opening we're thinking of making into a wash bay with a solarium on top. And then through here, we're going towards the access point to the house.
Here's the window again.
That's the window where
you might have seen in the other video.
Yeah.
So you can also look inside.
Yeah. Here we have quite a big space that was used as garages by the old owners, but I think we're going to make 2 large tack-up areas here. And then this room through here will become the tack room. We just need to elevate it slightly, but I actually really love the windows that are in here. It's very sweet. And I think once we do a reno in here, it could look really, really nice. I mean, look at those windows. Those are all original. I could imagine like a nice leather couch here, a little working table here in the middle, maybe like saddle cloths there, saddles, bridles.
I actually think we shouldn't have the tech rooms like this.
What did you say, sorry?
I don't think we should have the tech rooms like this. I think we should have them like this. Because then here we can keep the open space.
But why would we go out this way?
Well, why would we block 2 doors? Anyhow, we have a lot more to discuss.
Yeah, we're still in the figuring out process. But that's part of what the process will be like for us coming here, is sitting in the space and really feeling it out and seeing how it's going to be best used. But it's a very dramatic structure. And I think we're going to be able to create something really special in it. Yeah.
Should we go outside?
Yeah, let's go take a look at the land now. As we said last time, it's 15 hectare. It's 40-ish acres, a little bit more. There's lots to explore. There's a lot of fencing that's going to need to be done. So this is how you naturally access all the fields. But before we head down that way, the old owners started to create pathways around the estate that connect to some small bridges and forests. And that
First time I ever got stung by a wasp. Because I was clearing it out.
I love like the no reference. But yeah, we started clearing this pathway so we could restore the walkways around the estate. And as soon as we started, Jesse got stung by a wasp.
With like an old thing.
Yes, I found like an old tool in the barn, which is like one of the old like cutting things for like when you have to harvest hay or something. I don't know what it's for.
So then all of a sudden I got stung. Never happened ever in my life before.
Yeah.
But anyways, the pathway is nice and clear now.
Yeah.
Looks beautiful.
Yeah. So that was one of the first jobs that we did. And one really, really nice thing about this area is that this is a really old part of the Netherlands. There's a lot of old forest, and with that come a lot of deer, hares,
a lot of deer,
birds of prey. There's just a lot of wildlife. And every day when we're in the house and we have this view out onto the fields, we see so many different things happening. We were thinking about where to place the outdoor. I think you and I quickly figured out that in front of the house, we wanted to keep it as natural as possible. So we've decided to place the outdoor arena just here to the right.
Yeah.
It's going to be...
So it's very close by.
Yeah.
And you have a beautiful surrounding, like really in nature.
Yeah.
But you don't have it like in the side.
Yeah, inside of the property. But then the background will be the forest, which I think will look really pretty. And the other background will be just the open fields. Let's go out a bit more onto the land. There's one really cool thing.
I love this part always because I love going onto the land.
Yeah, there's one really cool feature I wanted to show you. It's actually right almost at the border of the property down at the back. Yes. But I think we will drive down there. I think that's going to be easier. Well, this is a big change from our old place. The fact that we can actually drive on our own property. That's living the full country life.
At our old place, our neighbors would have complained.
We've come to the furthest back area of the property. If you look through those trees, you can kind of get a glimmer of the house in the back. And what we're gonna do is we're splitting up the property so we have access to everything we need at the front. We're gonna have a road coming through the front of those trees and making their way back into this corner, because one of the amazing things about this property is that it backs onto a huge public forest where we're going to be able to have instant access to trails with the horses.
So we hope that we can exit it from the end of the property.
Yeah.
Almost right back, right into the forest.
Yeah. So there's going to be a road that takes you to a central canter track of the property. And then from the canter track, you'll be able to access another road that takes you down through here. There is something special right before that access point.
This is one of my favorite areas on the field as well.
Yeah.
It's very quiet, very peaceful.
Yeah. It's actually quite difficult to get a bearing on size because the field is quite empty, but it's a really large space for our horses to have loads of grazing and lots of time to be outside together. I mean, that's how we believe horses should be.
And we would love to build some outdoor shelters, maybe for them to be able to go into the forest. Now I've heard that maybe some horses are not really into that, but I don't know yet. And then maybe some sand for them if we are allowed to have around the stable so they can lay in it, because at their old property they really love laying in there.
Yeah, they love laying in the sand. The special thing that is down this way, just up in those trees, is that there's a hunter's chair. And this is because there is actually hunters that sometimes come on these estates in order to keep the deer population in check. Obviously, in the Netherlands, we don't really have any natural predators of deer, even though there is wolves that are coming back into this area specifically. That has actually made some issues, right?
They are eating like a lot of the sheep, all the smaller animals, also foals, ponies. Because the Netherlands is not really set up for it and they don't really know how to handle it. Yeah. So that's one of the biggest worries, at least for me here with the ponies.
We've talked to the locals. They said there hasn't really been much wolf activity in this area. It's more like in the Veluwe, let's say like center.
I mean, that's 10 times worse, for sure.
Yeah.
And on the top.
So I guess it's not like something that is going to be like this huge concern, but it's something to be mindful of, that these are things that can happen out here. But this is the hunter's chair. Up there. It has rained. I don't know if we're gonna get a wet bottom. Do you want to go have a look?
Of course, when it rained. If it would have been a beautiful day, you would have been up there.
I'll go. It's fine.
I'll see you in a second.
So there is a little pathway that you can access back here. And actually one thing that, these are all the little nooks and things of this place that I love. This back here was the old pheasant feeder right through here. You can see down here is where they used to eat, and this is what they used to do to either raise pheasants or to attract pheasants to the property for the shootings. Through here, there's a small pathway that takes you to the ladder for the hunter's chair. And if I go up there, it actually spider web. It actually gives you an amazing, it is wet up here, so I will not be sitting, but this is where the hunters come and sit. And there's even a place to pop your gun. And then they have, I mean, the view up here
it won't be happening anymore.
Amazing. Yes, it does not want the hunters to come anymore. If we continue walking through here, this is where we're gonna create a pathway from that side for us to come through with the horses. That's pretty much it for now, at least. I mean, there's quite a lot more to go into
and to show, which is super, super exciting. We can do so much with all the big fields, which is for me like a very exciting thing.
Yeah. I guess the plan for you guys, because you've seen that there's some work that needs to happen, is we're going to start the work right away, and we have about 12 months to turn things around until we have to move in. So very early summer next year, we have to move.
It will be really fun to share with all of you as well.
Yeah, and we've actually been vlogging also the beginning stages from the day that we signed to the first things that we started to do. So you guys are going to be seeing those videos come out next. So definitely keep an eye out for that.
But for now, get used to the new background.
Yeah, you guys are going to be seeing this a lot more. What I want to share with you guys is the renos, everything we're going to be doing for the horses, setting everything up. So there's going to be a bit of different style kind of content coming, but I hope that you guys are going to enjoy that. Thank you guys all so much for watching and your ongoing support.
And your interest.
And we will catch you guys on the next one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.